Alrighty. Thanks for the theme music, Beats. Appreciate that. See, I got a smile at least. All right. Welcome to the Spincast, everyone. I have no idea what the episode number is. Doesn't matter. I'm Brian Kellison, along with Lisa Vries and Brian White. It's another Sunday, second Sunday of 2024. We are going to touch on a few topics today, but how were your weeks and or weekends, gentlemen?
It's fantastic.
Overall, excellent. No complaints whatsoever.
Wait a minute. What's that? You sound good, Brian.
Hey, that is true.
Yeah. Wow.
There has been an upgrade.
There was a gift.
Yes.
What is it? Silent benefactor. A silent benefactor from Great Expectations. So
that is it.
Our production value is increasing. Yes, our production value is increasing. So right on. Everyone had a good weekend or a good week. What's the first topic we want to get into? We want to talk about today's thing, the eFondo, the Grand eFondo.
Well, I think that would be a good one because
Okay, it's the most recent and fresh in my mind. I did it today. Brian, did you do it?
I did not. I actually took a kind of a day off. I had done a whole bunch of work for the week, and I knew it was a race. I could have rode it, but I didn't. I went ahead and kind of just did a Zone 2 day. So I took the easy way out.
Be honest, was it a Jersey unlock Zone 2 ride?
There might have been a Jersey unlock.
All right, there we go. Honesty is always the best policy, Brian.
Yes. Well, I didn't have much left in the tank.
It's fine. It's fine. No, I don't know if Lee, you want to punch it up from because they have the website and stuff, and there's the rule book and all that other stuff. But quick backstory is, Lee and Felty and Lucas, Dr. Weebles on Twitch. I don't know if anyone else in the immediate community did it's Suarez, right? Suarez Grand Fondo or eFondo last year. So 2023 around this time, I think it was about the same time last year. And it was on RGT and it was weekly. There was an overall category and then there was age group categories. Yes, I remember, Craig. Suarez Grand Fondo National Series. That's what it is. So it was a good event. I enjoyed the event last year. I think I missed one, but I think we did most of them. And it was, as you resize live on the air, this is awesome. The scoring, I think last year, well, the eFondo is different than like a race. So it's not like a scratch race. This is a segmented long form, so longer race for most things. Yeah, look at this. The courses are offered in 30, 60, and 100 miles. What is that, like 160 kilometers, 115 kilometers? No, it's 60 miles.
60 is 100, 60, or like 90, like that.
60 is 100, yeah, okay, something like that. So longer distances, and there's time segments. So in RGT, you could do magic roads, and they did magic roads for all of these sort of, what was it like? Today was the tour of Georgia. So they did a Georgia, Asheville. I think you got to go up and then to the right, it says events, and then, yeah, the eFondo. There it is. So that's a quick little thing. So 2 down, January 7th and 14th today. And then, so we have, was it 6 left? Chechia Challenge, Highlands, Asheville, Cache, Boone, and Maryland, all the way into February. The thing that I enjoyed was everyone kind of went easy in between the segments. Everyone kind of picked it up really quickly. I think there was some people that were like, go hard, and it was a race and try to, who finishes the strongest. But it was time segments. And finishing did not include points. This year, it is including finishing points. So segments, which today was 3 segments. Last week, I think it was 4 segments. So there's a sprint. Today was just 3 KOMs. It was Epic KOM, Volcano. No, not Volcano. Volcano was the last one. Titans Grove KOM. Is that correct? Am I correct with Titans Grove? Is that what it's called?
I saw you go through Titans Grove.
Titans Grove KOM. And then Volcano KOM. And then finishing score, which is like a percentage of whatever it is. This is actually a virtual series, no entry fee, open to everybody. So take that with a grain of salt. And you can qualify and win free entry to a real life event, which is happening September, if I believe correctly.
You actually qualify for the USA Cycling Fondo National Championships,
right?
The real one, which I qualified for last year as a Canadian.
I qualified as well, and I actually think I won the. I don't know if I won the overall, but I think I won the age group. So today, and that's the backstory. Today was my first time doing the Zwift version of it. And people were kind of on board. There were some people right off the gun just going, and you didn't need to right away because the first segment was a couple kilometers. It's like 2 kilometers up at the first one was like right away. So if you didn't have a good warm up, which I didn't, it was the Epic KOM. And
the hilly KOM.
What's it called? Is that what it's called? I thought it was
right out
of
downtown.
Epic why do I keep saying Epic? It's the hilly KOM or the Zwift.
Yeah,
KOM.
you came out of the start pen and hit that right off the rip.
Yep. And I was like, oh man, I wasn't feeling this. And then you shut it down and kind of regroup. And then there was people that were there, like 3 other packs that were going off, and it's like the whole goal, which is what the RGT event was last year, was everyone regrouped. Like the front never kept going off the front. Everyone regrouped because the pack was so much faster when we were all together. And we had like, Lee, I remember we did the ones in the morning, and you stayed in the back. It was early, but I remember you were kind of more in the back. But like the people that wanted to go hard in the group, we pushed the pace so that we were all getting high speeds, like a normal peloton, and then it was all for one in the segment. And once the segment was done, boom, everyone kind of stayed together, and there was no sort of like weird run going off the front. That might be because of the finishing scores. I don't know what that,
I almost preferred that over this year's.
Because I liked it too. It was so nice.
The races were longer.
Yeah.
And it was like a relaxed race. You go super easy in your little group. Everyone knew what was going on. So as soon as you hit the segment banner, people just slowed way down. You rode as a group to the next segment at a comfortable pace. And then as a group, typically if you could hold on together, you would hold on together.
Yeah.
And if you could push through the group, you would, but it was fun. I thought it was a super interesting way of doing things. This year with the placing and the segment time, that just turns it into a regular old race. Like you're going to blow yourself up in the segment, and then you're going to blow yourself up trying to get a better placing. Like it turned it into a normal Zwift race. And last year it was something different. But I brought up the how to qualify for US Nationals. So it's one of the 2 things. You either have to get top 15% in points or just complete 4 eFondos.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's easy. Just go in 4 eFondos. There's like, how many of them?
6 left. We have 6 left. And if you did one today,
Except the times.
And it's free. There's no entry fee. And there's no equipment there's no equipment regulation. There's no verification. You just race them. Have fun. Yeah. This is sort of an in between the casual weekly random event, and this is not super verified serious Zwift. This is just come out and do it, right? And if you can tangibly go to the national championship, you get an entry fee, which is kind of something, you know?
Super cool. The start times are a little,
yeah.
Here
And
on the West Coast.
the difference we had last year is we had multiple times. This is
Yes.
just one time. Like this is one race. So everyone races in. So,
and they did mix it up a bit because we do have a 6 a.m., a bunch of 7 a.m.s.
yeah. Yeah.
The 30th is actually a Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then it goes back to 6 a.m., 7 a.m. I mean, I'm only reading West Coast times because that's me, but then they got another 4 p.m. So really, 7 a.m. on a Sunday morning is early assed. Like that's early.
Yeah. So if people don't know about this is a cool event. I had a good time today. I thought it was kind of cool. It was part of my training and stuff like that, just kind of having some fun training. But there were some issues with and I brought this up on my show today, about how it wasn't clearly identifiable of what the segment start and finish was. That was my complaint.
I was wondering about that because RGT did an amazing job, of how they had where the start of the segment was. It even had a countdown. Like you got 500 meters, 400 meters, 300 meters. It was counting down. Then it was like segment start, but you knew because there was a gigantic banner and you knew to go for it.
Yeah. And everyone was clearly aware of what it was. Now it was on a magic road. So they set up their own routes. So they loaded up their own GPX and they built their own segments.
I'm pretty sure a lot of them, because these names of these courses are actually
these are the ones from last year.
So I'm pretty sure the laps were the magic roads was Ashevale, it was Highlands.
Mm-hmm. They were, and
I did 2 last year.
Oh yeah, so mine did too. Yeah,
I forget which ones I did, but I did a couple of them, and I remember one had a giant climb at the end, which sucked because that was the first one I did, and I raced it like a Zwift event. I didn't realize this. I was like, oh, I'll do this because Brian said this is happening. And then I realized after the fact what was happening. So and then I did another one, and I did it the way you were supposed to. But yeah, it was cool because you could race actual, whatever, Georgia, Florida, wherever Checha is, all that, you know.
Yeah, it was cool.
I do miss out about RGT. So
yeah, getting back to the RGT, just another thing that was cool about the sort of nonverbal communication that we had last year, which kind of happened a little bit today, was there was sometimes people got into a segment and they weren't really pushing the pace. It was still kind of all together. And I'm like trying to tell people, maybe I did it in text on RGT, but I remember I would always go to the front and just drive it and try to string it out. And hopefully it would initiate people pulling through, helping me with like, hey, I pull for whatever, a minute or so. Like the segments, like let's say segment was like 3 minutes or 8 minutes. There were like 8-minute segments or something. There was like 12-minute, 13-minute segments sometimes. And if I felt the pace was not going, and I'm like, we're competing with other time zones, because there was like a 4 in the clock. Or there was probably like a 4, like a 2 in the morning one for like early day morning Europe. Then there was one that was like 6 or 7 in the morning, which was evening in Europe, which is where most of the signups were. And then there was like a afternoon for West Coast and the United States and all the Americas, right? And that always had like 15, 20 people. But the morning ones that we did, that always had like 100 to 150 people. If I remember, it seemed like it was packed.
It was a lot,
I think the multiple race starts allowed for higher participation. I was just going to say, I think ultimately on this podcast, we should have an RGT drinking game, because despite RGT no longer existing, that we need to drink every time we mention RGT, because it comes up like 6-7 times per podcast, because man, I miss it.
Yeah, it's still part of us.
It's the I forget the right saying, but it's like you don't know what you had till you don't have it anymore, kind of thing. You know, you didn't realize what it was. Now it's gone. It's like, oh man.
Well, after doing the eFondo series last year, I was super pumped to do it this year. I was ready. I woke up at 7. I was at the 7 a.m. start every Sunday. And then I read the rules and was like, this isn't the same. I don't really know if I want to do this or not. I'm probably going to do the 4 just so I can qualify for USA Fondo Nationals. But like the way the points work, it's not the same. It's not the same event.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
We
you're
were
riding
talking
the
about
same
that.
roads that you ride all the time in Zwift anyways.
Yeah. That is disappointing. That bubble of it.
Yeah. And it was, and that's part of my complaint from today was, the Titans KOM wasn't clearly identified. And, you know, I'm somebody that doesn't ride Zwift all the time and I don't remember exactly where things are. But when you have timed segments, and that is essentially the race, and having the pre-banner, instead of just that sort of like little dash line as the start of the segment, and then I know it's going to finish. I know the finish of each climb. I know where they are. Those I remember. But I was like, did this left turn? Did that turn into the thing? And maybe I wasn't paying attention, but it's like, it should be clearly like celebrated as this is the segment or a time segment, and have it, the branding. That's the thing, is you can't get the branding in because you, the organizer doesn't have control of the event like they do in Indivelo or they did in RGT. And I don't think you have control and stuff in My Whoosh or anything like that. But the frustration was it didn't have a finishing banner, and there were people in chat, they knew who they are. They were like, oh, well, it's always there. Like we always know the end of the Titans KOM. But my counter argument was there was a finishing banner for a segment that didn't have a time. It wasn't even a segment. And we know that that's always there because it's in the downtown beach area, whatever that's called, city. I call it Santa Monica. It's essentially Santa Monica Pier to me. And it's always there. And it's like, it's an inflatable. It's not like a archway that's like always there, like a castle. It's something that can be turned on and turned off. And I don't pay attention that it's always on. That wasn't a segment, that was time, but it was there. So
they got these stupid temporary blue banners all over McCurry, which I can't stand. Like, I'm with you. They need permanent banners. Like, why in McCurry do we have these stupid neon temporary things? And some of the finish of McCurry, it doesn't make sense where they are. But I agree, they're like you're saying, if it's a time segment, then it needs to be a banner at the beginning, banner at the end.
Temporary for just the event. Well,
like, because they have, you know, whatever series, a Tour of Watopia, whatever, they have those custom banners they put in.
Yeah.
And this, they could do the same thing at the start and finish. At least you would think they could, but maybe not.
Well, the standard has been set by RGT. It's like, hey, you can brand, because they opened it up to people that were doing races. Like I would do my own little group rides or group races, and then Dan Connolly would do, some of the other race organizers would do races on, like even what's his name, Dave Morrison, who does he used to do the Wednesday London VR races. RGT gave us the back end to customize the banners, create our own segments, customize the banners. So they gave it to the event coordinator or whoever it was, and you could do it to a magic road. You could do it to a regular road. Then there's the next step, which is no magic road, but banners and all these other things. I believe on Indivelo, like you can set up your own segments, and I think you can set up your own events because a lot of the like Thom and some of the other like French organizers, they do their stuff in Indivelo now because they have control over their race series. Yeah. And then when you go to Zwift, which then carries into my next topic before we get into the Canadian national championships and then next week's Canadian events, Echelon Racing Series, Echelon Racing League, had a race on Sunday, or today's Sunday, yesterday, Saturday, which was number 4. That event was, it's essentially you, from what I understand, is you are a promoter or a race organizer, and you submit information for someone at Zwift to load your event. If they don't load your event to the T, you'll get different things with the event. And so Eric Hill, and I believe this is just, I don't have any confirmation of this. This is just what I've heard through post race and then other people's streams and other people have said things, is the time trial, the mass start time trial for Echelon Racing League number 4, which was on McCurry Island or Neokio, whatever thing it was draft was still set on. It was mass start and all the bikes were neutralized, but draft was on.
Yeah.
And so
that's hilarious.
Yeah, and it's like it's hilarious and sad at the same time, because it's like, Eric, like, we pay for these events. This is a paid event. This is verified and all these other things, and it's out of the promoter's control. Like, from what I understand, unless I could be corrected, and unless they're like, hey, we submit a form and then Zwift HQ does your thing. And if you let's say you missed a checkbox, or they missed a checkbox on their event organization, you're going to have a different thing. And so the results from yesterday's race, where I was in a totally different mindset because I was doing a time trial, I just turn everything off because I get into a groove. But other people were communicating and chat is on and everyone's talking. And I was just like, I'm just doing a time trial. I don't want to talk to anybody. Well, the results were different. I don't think I was going to do that great, but whatever. That's the frustrating point of casual versus competitive. This was a competitive race. People have paid entry fees. Just like with the verification, we're paying for these things. We're paying for things to be correct. And they were not correct. And so my experience was different. And then today, the difference experience of, hey, this is a fun race. I wasn't stressing about it. It's free entry. I don't care if anyone has, if they're Z Power or whatever it is, maybe they're asking for that stuff. I don't know. I just ride with the same stuff I have. And the banners were not clearly marked. So through my whatever attempt at it, off a little bit.
My opinion with the Echelon Racing League, it's sad. I didn't participate, but I'm just sitting here watching with the issues that have had, with you paid money for this and you're not getting a quality product. You got like this event was, the draft was messed up. Your watts per kilogram thing, you know what I mean? Things like that. Like if I'm paid my $25, and I don't even know if you guys get prizes at the end of this or not, but let's just say it's just $25.
I think there's a prize pool. I can't remember.
Okay. There may be, well, just sitting here, it's like, well, why would I pay money to still have common issues within, Zwift racing? You may get guys going different directions at a turn in a race, like it's not set up right for whatever reason, or things like that, or like the TT with the draft. That's kind of frustrating. If I'm putting money on top of monthly subscription, you know what I mean? So it's frustrating sitting here wanting the sport to grow and a higher, I guess, level, you know what I mean? Because you got a community and then you're verified. Like that verified thing is starting to get a little irritating because we still have issues. You still have things going wrong, whether it be finishing order or the
when you say verified, you mean pre-verification?
Or
verification at the finish of an event or finish of a race?
Both. You jumped through your hoops, got weighed, got all your equipment verified, you're doing the race. All right. So you should be racing against people that are all doing, they're real.
Yeah.
And then when you finish, let's say it's a sprint finish or 3 or 4 guys in a breakaway, whatever the situation is. Well, I finished first, but when it comes out, I actually finished third for some reason. Like, I don't know how to fix that end, because that seems like it's a very common problem.
Zwift Power, that's how you do it. Like no one would care if Zwift Power was gone, or people would. Sorry. People will care because they're taking something away. But if the results in the game are the results at the finish, like your results that you see on your screen are the same results that you go and you see the activity, and you don't have somebody else changing the back end, then you wouldn't have any issues of like, oh, I finished third when I crossed the line first. That's a different thing. If it's hey, cross the line first, or you a little bunch, and then the screen on the thing says you came in third, that's a back end thing. But if it's like, hey, I saw this, and then it changes on Zwift Power, that's the problem. That's another problem with Zwift Power.
Right. So that's just frustrating from me sitting on the backside, just watching this while I've been recovering, because I would have done it if I didn't have knee surgery. But I would have been frustrated because
yeah, and people are frustrated. I'm not so much, because I still know that it's kind of fake stuff, fake racing. Like it's still like my results are real to me, like, and the efforts are real to me. But when Zwift is involved, I still think it's like not as polished for the brand recognition. Is it still not as polished as it should be? Where when it's like an RGT thing, or in the drinking game, when RGT, it felt more solid, or whatever. It had more clout or stature for me.
Yeah.
And I think that's what and I think that's what I hope. I hope my whoosh will have, and I hope Indy Velo will have.
My whoosh has got to fix their draft.
Oh, is it still tough? I haven't done it. I might do the Sunday Race Club early on Sunday.
Well,
before the Fonda.
I've done four events on my whoosh, 2 before surgery, 2 after, and they were both this week. The course I did was totally flat, so I couldn't test out what the situation was. But I think there's like a 2 to 3 second delay in what the game, like say I'm on a flat or a hill, like when I give power, there's like a 2 to 3 second delay from what I experience and the game reproduces. So like if I get up to a group, okay, I have to, if I don't kind of let off beforehand, I'm zoom past them. And then it's like, oh shoot, now I'm going to get dropped because they're flying by. And then you surge, and then it just creates that washing machine. Because same thing happened. Like if I was going up a small incline, I'd be putting out my 400 watts, and it'd be flat. I'd be routing flat, and then I'd hit the next little ramp, and then it would flatten out. That needs fixed. I need to make a video of it. I'm going to, this week, I'll do a hillier, kind of a whatever crit course I did before to show that, submit it, to be like, hey, what's going on here? Because they got to get that fixed, because it's hard. Now, ultimately at 4 kilometers, I did a little bit of drafting. It's a thing. Then 4 kilometers, I just did a breakaway because I wanted to race, because I actually had humans. It was 9 humans. So it was pretty cool. It wasn't bots. And,
still yo-yoing, Mo. Still yo-yoing.
Oh yeah. It was real bad. And something else too with my whoosh.
Oh wait, you're not on Direct Connect.
I am not.
You're on Bluetooth, or you're on Amp Plus?
It is Bluetooth.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the thing, is I have that yo-yoing, and I'm on Direct Connect. And James Barnes has also been on Direct Connect, and there's the yo-yo. It's a delayed, and you're like, we're on race mode on a Direct Connect trainer. It shouldn't be. It should be almost instantaneous of like getting data in, right? So go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, no. So it's something else too with my whoosh. I saw OTR is going to start doing events in my whoosh. Now, I could be totally wrong, but when I look through the events calendar, and they just opened up 30 days now, it was only like, a day and a half. Well, now it's 30 days. You can see events. They were all my whoosh events. I think this is the first third party doing events on there. I could be totally wrong.
There's community events, because that's part of the requirement for being a team in the team competition for the Sunday Race Club, which is has prizes. So part of the to get the money, to get your prize money, is you need, if you're in the team competition, you need to set up community rides to help promote participation across, whether it's a casual ride or a training ride or a workout or a group ride. It's
I see.
OTR is probably in the competition, just like I don't know if Next is. I think Zach Nair runs the community rides for Next, or he does it for a different team. I can't remember who he rides for in my whoosh.
Yeah,
but
I'll pay more attention.
That's the thing, is where it's like, oh yeah, you're seeing, but that's good. That means OTR, which is on the Rivet, correct? On the Rivet, and they're a big, they're a big club. They'll be doing things on all the racing platforms now: Zwift, IndyVelo, and my whoosh. Yeah, and I think they do it on RGT too, right? I think they did.
I'm not that.
No.
Yeah, all I did basically was the Tuesday NorCal, and then a couple of the Saturday races that you told me about, and then I did a whole bunch of Magic Roads for 3 months because I had a 3-month subscription. So that RGT, take a drink. That is the biggest thing I miss, and it has nothing to do with the graphics in game. It's just like I knew as I'm climbing this hill or riding this thing where I was at, and I could put my mental picture of the outside world too, and I'd talk about it on stream. And that was, kind of cool, but
yeah,
it's gone. So unfortunately, it's no more. But I'm curious, Canada versus the world, Zavarese.
Nice
I don't know much about it.
Segue.
You tell me about it, because I know the outline of it, but not much
Canadian's
details.
going to tell us about it. He's versus the world now. Let's go, Lee.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Canada versus the freaking world. Let me just get this queued up here.
While you get it queued up, I got a little anecdote about IndyVelo. I was frustrated with something Zwift. There was no races, so I jumped into IndyVelo and I raced bots, and I had a really good time.
You were doing that stupid 20-kilometer lead-in for the hill climb on in France. You had to run clear around France, hit the
for just the timed. Yeah, I'm out of here.
You had to ride.
I deleted the ride. I didn't even get credit for it. I just deleted it. Like I didn't exist on Zwift.
30-minute lead-in for a 5 to 6 minute effort.
Yeah, barren wasteland. Yeah, that's the thing, is like there's like a downtime for races on Zwift. All right, we have this up. All right, over to Lee.
So basically, what Cycling Canada wanted to do was something similar to Echelon Racing League with the US Nationals, whereas Echelon was charging people $25 for their sort of, I'd say, qualifying races. Cycling Canada decided to do something a little bit more interesting and fun. You do not need to go in any of these races to enter Canadian Nationals. But what they're doing, it's Canada versus the world. So right here, it's also age-based, not A, B, C, D, E, Zwift. So what you do have to do is you do actually have to enter based on, like, A will be elites, B will be 35 to 44.
Oh, people are
C will be 45 to 54.
People are going to get confused. You're going to have people in the wrong category.
Oh, 100% you will. But anyways, what they're doing is they're taking the top 8 finishers in each category and giving them points. And the premise is, can Canada get more points than the rest of the world?
That's cool.
But yes, it's going to be super confusing because it says right here, when selecting a race, please be honest with the category that you enter. Instead of the typical categories on Zwift, A, B, C, D, E, they will be renamed to align with the age groups defined above. Because also what they're trying to do is get people, because Nationals is based on age groups, and they're trying to get people to race against their age groups prior to Nationals, where Echelon was still A, B, C, D, E for US Nationals. So if Brian, got upgraded to A, he was just racing against A people. Half of those A's may not have been in his age category. So they're just trying to get a little bit of pre-competition between competitors going into Nationals.
I'm for it.
Village Canada is too strong.
Yeah, right. A fellow is the initial interest from Villager is that Cam is actually going to do the nationals in his age group. I don't know what his age group is, or he's doing elites. Is he old?
He's
is he too old?
elites. He is young, so he has to race elites. Which
get in a break. Get in a break with
I
Thom
don't know.
Thrall.
I've watched Villager stream, and
Thom Thrall.
I always thought he was way older than what he is. So
yeah,
his camera's a little fuzzy, so he looks older.
Yes.
That's
People
cool.
People are gonna mess this up, but go ahead, Brian.
Well, yeah, they'll mess up the age for sure. But that's kind of a cool concept of they have Zwift age handicap races, and I've done a couple of them.
I've done one. That's when I know where people mess up.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah,
I think I joined in.
It just happened.
And they're like, "Oh, we're the 35 group," and I'm like, "What?"
Oh, they've actually labeled. So I just went to join the event this Saturday or this Sunday. Oh. They've actually labeled the events with the age categories.
That's good.
So
but
you shouldn't
say A was elite.
Well, no, that's what I said. A was elite. I didn't actually fully read. There's actually a separate race.
This is the Masters. This is the Masters race.
Yeah, if you actually go back, there actually has 9 a.m. junior and elites, 9 a.m. Masters women's, 9 a.m. Masters men's. So you click on Masters men's, and there you go. So boom, signed up. There we go. Live. I'm signed up. So 9 a.m. I will see you there. Did I sign up for the right category? Yes, I did.
Lee has the British pounds too. He hasn't changed his. He's on England.
Yeah,
it defaults to that every
for me too.
time.
No, it defaults to France for me. So I
might actually not have signed up because this might not actually be logged in, but it didn't ask me to log in. But yeah, it defaults to British pounds. I thought Zwift was an American company.
Yeah, so I get Canada.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
And I get the British flag on my account every time that I got Britain. The UK is trying to take Canada back or something. I don't know.
Not Quebec. That's not theirs. That's France's.
I can have it.
So the prizing of this is firm handshake?
I don't think there's any prizing for this other than Canada wins and we're awesome. But
Canada is awesome, by the way. But
so this is just the data gathering races like Echelon did, essentially.
No,
this is not even. We have to fill out.
Echelon is like a real competition. This is fun.
Although even the data-driven thing, we have to fill out a huge questionnaire for nationals where you need to have your trainer, model, serial number, firmware, like everything
in
written
the
down.
portal, which is like a Google form.
Which we'll probably go over closer to the nationals. We'll go over the Canadian Tech Guide.
Yeah, and if there's anyone in the audience, go ahead. Sorry.
It's quite complete compared to the US one as far as what's required.
If anyone needs onboarding in the Canadian market,
we will assist you.
We will assist. We're big fans. I am. Or if you have any questions, you email esports@cyclingcanada.ca.
Because there is just under a month left before Canadian Nationals, and there was one elite signed up the last time I checked.
Oh, there was one, yeah.
One.
I looked at your thing. You have like 6.
6 now? I might be switching to elite because I could podium right now.
Totally podium. Because what's going to happen, here's probably what's going to happen is there are teams out there that haven't signed up for everybody. And they're going to do the big sign up, like Thom Thrall next, and then all the other people.
It was a strategy thing, I think, last year, because that's exactly what happened. It was an hour before cutoff.
And
50 people signed up. Mm-hmm. Everyone signed up. Like there was one elite. And then an hour before I hit refresh and was like, holy crap, there's 15, 20 guys. Because me and my friend were joking because with an hour to go, the worst placing I could have gotten was 3rd.
Yeah. It's like an eBay auction. Like, I don't want to do it early because then they'll raise the price. I'll just wait and try to swoop in. There you go. I'm excited. I'll be doing these. Hopefully, at 9:00. I should be done with what I'm doing, right? Echelon.
Yeah, 9 a.m. is 9 a.m. is a decent time. Finally,
I don't know.
Is it actually
don't
9 a.m.
mind.
for you guys? 9
My
a.m.
time,
for you
yes.
guys?
Yeah, everything's
be
West
like-
Coast, man. Come on, everything's West Coast.
Well, that'd be noon. While I'm off, I might be able to do that. Hop in some of these. Sunday? Oh, on Sundays, yeah. So they're just on Sundays. They're not like through the week or anything.
No,
I think
Not that
they're
I
all
know of.
Sundays.
I think the Cycling
Okay.
Canada like group ride is on the week. Is Wednesdays, right?
Yeah, Cycling Canada has a group ride. I think Monday, Wednesday,
Yeah.
and then Saturday morning is their Fundo ride. And they're
Yeah.
actually
I
fairly
know
well attended.
They have a couple, and it's Jersey Unlocked too.
Yeah, they're all 12 p.m. Eastern, January 21st. Here, share this. January 21st, January 28th, February 4th.
Okay.
Oh, crit,
deal.
and then a climb, and then Rolling Highlands. Sweet. I love crits.
What-
Because I don't crash.
UCI World Short Lap. Is that where's that?
2018 is
Yorkshire? No, that's
I think it's Innsbruck, right?
Richmond. Nope.
Oh, it's serious. Serious.
Yeah, Lake Snapper.
It's
Oh,
been
no,
that
it's this
long
one.
ago.
It's just the
one.
Innsbruck
No, it's
KOM.
it's not even the Lake Snapper. It's just the climb.
Yeah. I did not realize it'd been that long that Innsbruck has been in our world, in our lives.
Yeah, 2018.
Wow.
This was one of the first. I think it was like Richmond.
Yeah.
Richmond in
Innsbruck.
this. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm old. Jeez.
Not as old as I am.
Well,
But they're trying to
Yeah, I
give
did-
it. They're giving
Shoot.
something to everyone. We got a crit. We got a hill climb.
Short lap. Wait, is it
And
down
then-
or around? Yeah.
Rolling
yeah, I think you go up
Highlands.
and down.
I like that climb when I was
See, then we got a
not
flat
as
course.
heavy as I am now.
I believe Rolling Highlands is actually the national course this year for Canadian.
Oh yeah.
So this would be like a
Oh.
warm up. So the last Canada
Oh, I
versus
hate
the
this-
World's
I hate
race.
this dirt. I hate this
Well,
climb.
This is such a
I don't
hard
like this.
course
I don't-
race.
Yeah. The
It's
climb is just not
constantly up
fun.
and down, but there's nothing drastically steep.
This don't have the dirt, PK.
This isn't
Yeah.
the lava. This is
9
like the lava.
kilometers.
This is
Yeah,
like the
77
lava.
meters.
If you go to the little loop around, scroll up. That little loop around isn't that like the lava part where it's like pumice? It's like a dark gravel.
In
Nope.
Scotland,
I don't know. What am I? Who cares?
right on the left side
These
where it's got those
courses.
squiggly marks. That's all that dirt climb. The rest of this is just kind of like nonstop rolling. It's up and down the whole
Squiggly
time.
marks. The whole thing is squiggly marks.
The one that's not outlined, the
one in
gray.
the middle?
Yeah,
That's
that's
the
that
climb.
Yeah, that's the.
God, I'm never on this
climb that-
course. I'm only on this course if I join an event. I never go to these places.
I
No, you're
can't
Mr.
stand
Free
it.
Ride. Oh, you too,
Yeah.
too. Love these things.
Well, no, I
Well-
hate this. I hate this world, but I've unfortunately wrote it a lot for Jersey Unlocks and different races because people like it.
Well, and as
Yeah.
far as a nationals course goes, this is not too bad for the bigger dudes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. If there's not that the lava loop around thing,
Like there's only 77 meters per
That's it?
9K.
Yeah.
That's pretty
I
flat.
loved Park Perimeter Loop. I really like that course for U.S. Nationals.
This is a
it's
good
such
one for
hard course to
Villager.
race.
This is a good one for Villager. All right, let's talk. Let's go. Hey, go back a page to the Cycling Canada, or do you have the Cycling Canada page still up? Go down to the, go to the Zwift event, or whatever. You're on Cycling Canada. You can just go to. But at the bottom it says anyone Canadian interested in the Canadian Championships should check out our events page and click on that. We're gonna do some free promotion for Cycling Canada. Here it is.
Technical guide.
Technical guide, registration.
Here, I will put this copy. We're going to paste this into chat here. There
Show
you go,
notes.
chat.
Put it in the show notes. That's
I'm gonna
Lee's
pin
job. Okay, another question. When is the deadline to sign up?
February 7th,
Okay, it's right
5
there.
p.m. Eastern.
which is
8 Eastern.
2:00 Pacific.
Yeah. Wednesday. It's a Wednesday before
2
the
p.m.
race.
That is so random. Why isn't it like 10 o'clock at
Oh,
night?
it is. I
At 2
misread it.
p.m.
5 p.m. Eastern is a little weird. Should be like midnight Eastern or something. But
Yeah.
yeah, here if you actually go to register here,
Another
you're going
question.
to look
Another
up.
question. How much does it cost, Lee? Total cost from nothing.
I think it was $20.
I've just signed up and got my dual citizenship. I'm now a Canadian citizen, and I want to compete. How much does it cost? I have all the equipment.
Well, you do
How much does it
need,
cost?
so you do need a membership with your provincial cycling organization.
I've just bought a home in Saskatchewan. So I live in like a
So
marshland.
then you would need a membership to Saskatchewan.
It's not even I'm in a tent, but I have power. I have a battery backup and Wi-Fi, like our friend Alan Lowe, who doesn't like hardwire connections. So I'm living in Saskatchewan in a tent. How much is it? This is a good joke, right? Go, Lee.
Well, like $20, but you do need a provincial membership.
I'm done. I can race. I can win.
The problem is I have no idea what a Saskatchewan cycling membership costs.
Trying to look it
in
up right
BC,
now.
in BC, it's like $90. So you need $90 cycling BC membership, and then you need to pay $20 to actually enter the race.
I've come to BC, and I'm renting a room. I have a mailing address because that's how I can register.
But then it costs $110.
$110 for a BC license, and then the cost of entry.
No, that's everything. 110 is all in.
$110. Okay, so all the Saskatchewan and Manitobians, I don't know how you say it.
I'm going to say right now, though, if you look at this entry list, Vancouver Island representing, there's three of us, 3 of the 6, Nanaimo, Gabriola.
Where's Hubley?
No idea. Somewhere in BC or somewhere. Kamloops is BC. Richmond is BC.
You know what? I got my money on Brad Temple.
Brad Temple came 4th last year.
I know. That's why I got my money on him. Because Lee Zavries
couldn't steer.
Doesn't do the prescribed workout.
Here we go. Anthony O'Day is the only elite.
That might be Stefan O'Day's.
I was just going to ask that. Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to get Stefan O'Day to race.
Saskatchewan cycling provincial license is $85 for 17 and over. UCI multi-discipline is $115.
You don't need that. You just need a provincial license.
Yeah,
you don't need UCI.
You don't need UCI. You just need
so 105 total, right?
Yeah, 105.
85 plus 20. No, 95. Was it? How much was it? 105? No,
85. 85 and 20.
85 plus 20 is 105.
To answer Alan Lowe's question, Nanaimo is the city, but it's BC is the province. So Richmond is in BC, Nanaimo's in BC, Gabriola Island is BC, Hubley, Villager said, is Nova Scotia, and Kamloops is BC.
We got a Nova Scotian.
Nice. There's 5 of the 6 people entered in my age category are from BC. We love the esports.
All right, we're going to get all the costs. What does it cost if I live in the Yukon Territory? Is there a cycling Yukon Territory? Not a provincial license. It's a territory. It's like Puerto Rico.
Actually, I think Alberta has the cheapest provincial cycling licenses.
So there was a Puerto Rican in our race in our Masters race, because he's essentially I think he's a territory. I think Puerto Rican they were allowed to compete in the United States.
Yeah, because same with the Virgin Islands and wherever out in Samoa, American Samoa, and whatever.
Yeah.
That looks like $75.
Yukon Territory, $75 is even cheaper.
Yeah, $75 for adults 17 and older. Then the UCI is $90, and then you can just be a supporter for $10.
That's nice. All right, we're finding out. BC,
Yeah, which is kind of funny.
So we have a lot of Albertans. How you say it? Albertans? Albertans? Sure.
Outside of BC, we don't really care what you call everyone else.
Yes, I know. There's a lot of provincial bias. The amount of Albertans is pretty high. So
is that where Edmonton is?
Wow.
Edmonton, Alberta, yeah.
New person in the Zwift community, Payne.
We got Payne.
Alberta. Wow's Alberta. We got
Clutch.
Dr. Weebles.
Cam, I think, is. Or Villager.
No, Villager is like
Ontario?
Ontario, or he's way back there.
The new guy, the guy who was streaming today, he was in Alberta. He was in Calgary. Panic? Panac? What was his name?
Oh, Payne INC.
Payne Incorporated. Panic. Yeah,
Payne Incorporated.
Formerly Edmonton, now Ontario. So yeah, Villager moved the wrong way.
Oh, he totally did. He went East Coast. He went east. Not even East Coast. East.
You're not supposed to go east.
Yeah.
Only west.
Clutch is in Alberta. I think he's near Weebles. I believe he's frequented the Canadian Tire and the Village, the Italian shop. Hey,
see, yeah, the fun thing
is it the Italian shop or the Italian Village? What's it called? Dude, I love Canada so much.
The fun thing about this for me though is there is a crap ton of fast dudes that stream Zwift, and 3/4 of them won't enter nationals, and I technically beat them.
Why are they not entering?
Big Trouser, man. Big Trouser could probably win.
Competing. Big Trouser's competing.
Is he?
He said he was. Did he?
Well, he's not in yet. Or maybe let's take a look.
Is he
let's
doing
go down.
He's doing the eBay. He's doing the eBay. Is he a Masters or is he an Elite?
Well, I'm checking Masters and Elite. We know there's only one guy. So Big Trousers isn't.
But he said he was doing it. I don't think he's pulled the trigger. I think I told him to talk to you about finding out what exactly he needed.
I think he just says that to so we don't harass him.
Well, he has to buy a license that he doesn't want to buy. But he said this was last September, October.
Well, see, and that's what drives me nuts is not buying a license, because the full cost to enter nationals with no license is like $113 if you live in BC. But I'm looking at entering gravel rides. A 95-kilometer gravel fondo is like $145.
Yeah, but you don't need a license to do that. I think still
$145 or $110 to race nationals. So you just treat buying a license.
I don't think Brad sees it that way.
Brad
he just sees gravel. He doesn't see like virtual as being.
But I bet he does those events because he talks about all the mountain bike events and stuff.
No, yeah, he does.
I guarantee he's spending more.
He does. It's like non-sanctioned events.
Non-sanctioned, yeah, okay.
Well, yeah, because fondos, you don't need Cycling BC insurance to enter, because a lot of those events have their own insurance. But if you're racing like any of the category races in road and gravel and mountain biking, you need insurance to collect, or a membership to collect points. But so like I am not doing any Cycling BC events outside of this nationals. So I'm just treating nationals, like I say, the Cycling BC membership strictly as an entry fee. It's the cheapest event I've been doing, will do all year. Like I say, the average gravel race is $150.
And what else? You can do it from your own home.
Exactly. You just like wake up in the morning and go in your garage and win a jersey. You can win a jersey, and you win a Zwift jersey if you win. And
you guys used to get watches. The winners last year got watches.
Yeah, Cycling Canada actually stepped up pretty good.
Wahoo Canada.
But we should actually use the you can win a jersey in the game.
Yeah, but Brad said I would do it if it was in Zwift before it was announced, because the United States announced that they were going to use Zwift, and then Cycling Canada, their announcement came out after, and it's in Zwift, and that's why he said he would do it. Yeah, and I'm holding him to it.
And so you would get the coveted Zwift in-game national champion kit, which brings us to Marble's
I don't know if
kit of the week.
Yeah, good segue. Love it.
Yeah. So
Hold on, this is a new
The-
segment. You got to introduce the segment.
Okay. So I was starting to.
We need different music
Okay,
for it.
sorry. And new music.
Kind of the thing since I got to the max level long ago that now they changed it, made it useless. I've started collecting kits. It's been about a 3-year thing, so trying to unlock as many jerseys as possible. Kellis wants to delete all his kits, so we are definitely on the opposite end
Not
of the
all of them.
spectrum.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
Not all of them. A lot of them. I did see. I know there's a few
Hold
people
on a second. Your intro
already
is
there.
terrible. Your intro is terrible.
Well,
All right.
I got
Now,
sidetracked.
here, I'll do your intro and then you can do the segment. All right. Welcome back, everybody. We're going to go to the amazing top jersey unlocker on the face of the earth, Brian Marblehead 9 White, with your jersey unlock of the week. Take it away, Brian.
Here's the jersey unlock of the week, and it's perfect timing because this is. Let me
You need to
get
reshare
this
it.
right. Yeah, I'm going to share it.
You sound great, but man, your pace is terrible.
I struggling. I haven't even had it ready
You need to
to
get better. But you are the aficionado. You know what? I don't know what the claim of the. Here's the thing. Preface, everybody. I don't care about jersey unlocks.
Yeah,
But a lot of people
Did that-
care. And I think Brian is the best at it. Whether he is or he isn't, I don't care. I'm saying it. He is. He's the best. Listen to Brian. He's the aficionado. This is his segment. He's gonna knock it home. What's the jersey unlock? Let's go.
this week is the Project Echelon Veterans Honor Ride. It is tomorrow. It's at 8:20 p.m. and it's a timed unlock. So we get in the pen, we do a little spinning, and we get a jersey.
What does it look like?
That's the thing. We don't know till we get an event because this is
Wait,
a
what?
new kit. Yeah, we don't know.
This is new. This is new tech. How come you guys can't see the jerseys anymore?
So
Well, let me look real
people
quick.
raged about not being able to know what they had to do to go into nationals, and you can't see the jersey. Like, I want to see the jersey, but whether it's worth
Yeah,
sitting
these
in
are
the
hoops.
pen.
These are hoops I need to have.
The hoops.
Yeah, I'm with you, Lee. I need
All right.
I need full disclosure before I join this event.
But from
a
a
kit that I
true
There's actually
jersey
a kit I do. This is a kit I would care about. This is a good.
it doesn't
this is a
matter
good
what it
cause.
looks like.
Yeah,
Right, it
Doesn't
does
matter.
not matter.
You just need the kit.
All right, so this jersey was just put in the game in this last event because the name of it and when you go to the companion app and look,
Mhm.
it's this big long drawn out thing. Sometimes if the kit's been in the game for a few updates, it'll display in the companion app, but that's the only way you know what it is. So this is to honor the
8:20 p.m.
the-
Eastern. All right, what time is that?
8:20 p.m. Yeah,
5:20.
5:20 tomorrow night.
5:20. Yeah.
Going for it.
Martin Luther King Day.
So this is a good unlock for this week coming up for our veterans. Project Echelon does a lot of stuff for them.
Yes, this is a good one. Good. Okay, now it's my segment.
Yeah.
What kit do we get to delete from everyone's closet? This is my dream segment. Which kit? The kit we should delete. If you can find it, do a search for me, somebody. That pink level 25 or whatever that damn level is. The 20 level 20, that pink one. Deleted.
I got you. I will find it
All right.
here. Well, since I've already on it, this is the one I would delete because that looks like a baby's diaper. I'll never wear
Okay,
this
we'll go
in
with that
game.
one. But find it. So you can delete one.
Yeah.
You want to delete one, Lee? Let's do it. Let's delete. If we just zap everyone, like you lost the rights to it, and you're like,
Oh, if I had to delete one, it would definitely be one of like the Tour de Watopia kits because they repeat the same kit pretty much every single year with a slight color variation. And really, do I need
Yeah.
9 Tour
the Giro de
Watopia
Rigo
kits?
is one I wanted. I wanted the Giro de Rigo because that looks like the Penvelo kit. But I used the chapter.
Four.
I used the chapter 3 one.
Yeah,
Can you
chapter
find it?
3 is it.
All right. This is the reason why we should just not even do this segment because you're scrolling through and you still can't find the thing I'm looking for.
Yeah, I
Because he
can't- I
has
know.
like
Because there's no search tool. And there's
I-
no
no
like
search
closets
bar.
where you can actually build a like, oh, this is all the This is all the
Yeah.
military. You can't build folders.
Well,
Why
and I was going
can't
to ask,
we
how
just alphabetical
long does
order?
it take you to scroll from top to bottom?
This is such.
This is
This
why I
is
don't
such
want this many
this
kits.
is why I don't want too many kits.
Yeah. Oh, here we go.
There
Got
it
it.
is. Delete it.
Oh,
Out here.
There it is.
It
It's
took
all
way
its
that-
beauty.
too long.
Who wants this? No, this is terrible.
What about this one?
Terrible.
This is pretty
like
cool.
when you get to level 20, you're like, oh man, this is awesome. Classy 3.
Yeah. I will
Oh,
say, I don't
Brian.
even wear these Swift unlock kits. There's one at 93 that's pretty cool. The World. It's got like the moon.
I got the level 70. And I kind of want to delete that one.
I don't even know what it is.
What is that number 5?
This-
One more. Well, I want to see one more.
Oh,
I
number
thought that said
5.
Team Charles Barkley. Oh my God. If
It
that said
is.
Team Charles Barkley, I'd want that one.
it's Lucy
No,
Charles
Barclay.
Barkley.
It's Barkley.
Yeah, yeah. This is Dottie Aid. Oh, it's Chris Hoy. This is last year's kit. They are currently having unlock rides now. He does it every
It's
January.
terrible. That's on the list.
But yeah,
That list. That's on a.
yeah. I don't know where. And then like, there's no rhyme or reason to how this is sorted. Every single update that Zwift does, the order of your kits change. So it's absolutely infuriating.
All right, before we get out of here,
But yeah,
What would be the
What?
one?
No, no,
Here's
no,
the
no.
question.
No,
If you had to get rid of all your kits and only keep
Oh.
one, which one would you? Because I have an answer for that one, but
all right.
for me, it would be the Andre Greipel white
That's not it. for
gorilla
me.
skin suit. Only
Oh, do
it's
you have that?
ugly.
Do you
It's
have that,
ugly.
Brian?
I have it. It's
yeah.
ugly, but it was hilarious because it was the very first, or I'm pretty sure it was one of the very first Zwift rides or group rides where they actually had a pro. And 10,000 people signed up, and the game crashed for 9,758 people.
Yeah.
Oh, wasn't that
And
at the
I-
beginning of the pandemic?
It was like right at the start.
Yeah.
And
I did the Philip Gilbert one, I think.
so what happened was they didn't have the whole like,
Oh, bike spammer.
people disappeared every 250 meters. It was 10,000 people all in the pen. Crashing.
Oh,
Zwift
right.
servers couldn't handle. I think Zwift at the time, the all-time most people they've ever had online was like 6,000 people, and they had 10,000 in like the one event. And I made it. Start to finish, didn't crash, no glitches. It was awesome. But so many people just were like, friends were like, I can't even log into Zwift. It was like peak Zwift.
So I know the one I would keep. Brian, do you want to go with yours? You would get the bikes Bo Bikes Bama, or
Oh, yeah.
Village said it in chat. He said, give us that. In every August, there is one unlock in August for it.
okay. So mine is. See, that one's cool. It's like one unlock. Did you have to ride, or do
Yeah.
you just sit in the pen?
Yeah, you had to ride it. The kit I would keep, that's such a hard decision, but I would almost say the Sock for Watts kit, because the back of it says hashtag Arrow AF. Don't know how they got
Oh,
it
that
past
one's cool.
Swift.
Yeah.
Don't know how they got it in
No,
game,
for
but
Socks for
that's
Watts.
what
That
I
was a
would
pretty
keep.
cool one.
Yeah,
Mine
Sock for
is
Watts.
mine
because-
is it's typical me. It's probably that sounds typical. Is the vegan cyclist first kit, the first one, the fruit one, the black one that has the reason why, two things. I actually owned the original. Like, I was one of the first people that bought that one because I knew Tyler and he was like promoting it, and this is whatever, like 2016 when he was doing it. So like I met him at a race one time. I'm like, hey man, I'm jigging your stuff. And then he was like putting out it was like his first thing. I bought one. And then I did he would always put on that ride, the 100 miles on Zwift. So it was it was like the first Saturday of every month. Or the last Saturday or whatever it was. And you had to ride at least 60 miles to get the kit. And it was, you can do 60 or 100 or whatever it was. And I remember doing it with him. I always miss it because I was going to work or I was doing something. or he was doing, no, he did it on a,
I think it was Wednesday.
Wednesday mornings. And I would always have to go to work. And then he did it one time in the evening, and I did it and I got the kit, and that's the kit I would keep. Now I don't have the kit in real life anymore. I leaned out. I have an XL. So my buddy in San Diego, shout out Danny Hodge, longtime friend, Hunter, I gave it to him because he wanted it. He likes the VC. He likes Vegan Cyclist, and I'm all, dude, you need kits because these are my friends that give me shit. You guys think I give you shit in stream when you on my show? No, nothing like I get, dude. I got crap the other day for something I did when I was like 15 years old. Still the same thing. I get a text message, and it's like, hey, and it's like something with my mom and my brother, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's only been like 40 years. Or 30 years.
Jeez, one thing
that's funny.
But he had an old he went to San Diego State, and he had an old San Diego State kit that like faded. It was black. It was white and red and black. Like black and red is the San Diego State colors. It turned brown, like doo-doo brown. So we always called him, he had the shit jersey. So
doo-doo brown.
So like, yeah, doo-doo brown. So I sent him gave him the Vegan Cyclist, so he has that. That's the one I would keep.
That's cool.
The Bo Jackson ride, that was one of the first group rides that annoyed the F out of me with Zwifters. How every Zwifter turns group rides into races.
Yeah.
So the Bo Jackson, like, I'm a huge Bo Jackson fanboy, had his poster on my wall from in the 90s. And when they announced it, I was like, hell yeah. So Bo Jackson had like a handler that was in game, and he was having technical issues getting in the game. So the pen, we're all in the pen. Countdown goes to 0.
Bang.
Boom. Race. Everyone, 7,000 watts gone. And the handler in the pen was like, hey, he's having issues. He's going to be late. We're just like it. So about 20 of us sat in the pen waiting. Handler comes on. Yep, Bo's here. Got it issued. Started riding. We rode the course, I think, at 110 watts.
With Bo.
With Bo. All of the whole way. And I think they were finished. And I was just like, dude, why would you come on a Bo Jackson ride and turn it into a race and be like, I won the Bo Jackson ride? Like, who cares? You're there to ride with freaking Bo, even if it's his avatar.
Still Bo, like, he wrote it.
And he was like, and he was typing and answering questions. And I'm pretty sure in Zwift, the chat only goes to like the proximity, because he wasn't doing like the whole chat across the whole screen thing. He was answering them in like
answering in the list, the rider list.
Yeah, in the rider list. So I'm pretty sure only the people that were within like 50 meters of him were getting any of his questions. So I was just like, after that, I was just like, group ride races, like, give me a freaking break.
Yeah, I used to do that during the pandemic when it was like 1,000 people. I'd always tell my friends, I'm like, hey, I'm going to do this ride. And then I'm like, just do not start. Let everyone just fly away. And we're just going to we'll leave like 5 minutes after, and we get to ride together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we do what's called slow group ride race now. So what we do is we follow like our endurance training plan, and we ride at like 200 watts. And then we see how many people we pass by the end, because they blow up trying to keep the lead group. And it's funny because you'll start dead last and you'll pass 200 people.
Right on. All right, you guys want to get out of here? Or you got more stuff?
I'm good. I was just going. I can go. Well,
we always can go. We're going to go.
We could go for like hours and hours, but like, gotta cut it off.
I'm going to go watch this stuff with my wife. Gabrielle is very happy that the Dallas Cowboys got
smoked,
as what they say, smoked. She is very happy as a New York Giant. She's a big New York Giants fan. So NFC East. So she wanted to say, "Oh, you're going to tell everybody about that?" Yes, I'm going to tell everybody. She's very happy.
I got the Detroit Palomalo jersey on because today was supposed to be the game, but no, the New York mayor had to be like, "Oh, we can't be outside in the cold, guys." So she canceled the game.
No, they can be outside in the cold, but like people driving and doing things to the game.
Listen, we know how to drive in the snow. Come on.
We don't. Not here.
You do. Other
Yeah.
average Americans probably not so much.
Well, I mean, if you
and we
take
get two games
fan
today.
base,
Why do you have to have 3 games today? Or do you not get tomorrow off?
well, I mean, I'm off till mid-February.
But everyone gets tomorrow off in the United States.
No.
It's a national
I'd have
holiday.
to, well, I just still have to go to work.
Bank holiday, as they say in other countries.
Yeah.
It's a bank holiday. So if the banks aren't open, most people have the day off. Like people at Walmart,
Yeah,
people at
you're
supermarkets.
right.
I used to work that stuff. But yeah.
Actually, one closing question. Just answer each with a yes or a no. Was there enough coverage of Cycling USA Nationals?
No.
Not even close.
I'd say no.
No.
I mean,
I think we covered it the most. And we're not even a news. We're nothing.
Yeah, there was very little at all. You know what I mean? Like
covered outside of the coverage of the broadcast.
Yeah, I was just going to say that outside of.
You have all races to cover on Zwift. Nationals, since they lost the Worlds, Nationals should have been the biggest race of the year, USA and Canadian Nationals.
Yeah,
done.
There was one popular Zwift media source that didn't write a single word except for, "Hey, check out this video that was uploaded to YouTube." I mean,
like a week later.
Yeah, and that's is it okay? So I mean, we're bringing it up right at the tail end, and we can. This will be the cliffhanger for next week. Was it a what is it? Conscious decision, or was it just a lack of? Hey, I just didn't know. We didn't know. Our writing staff or our publication just didn't know. Like we didn't know. That's a valid question. We could reach out. We could reach out this week. We could send an email.
I'll say this, just from my general Google tracked activity on Facebook and everything else, I'd get ads for USA Nationals Zwift. So it'd be almost impossible for someone that would do anything with Googling or looking at cycling stuff not to at least see the ad once. You know what I mean? Especially if you're in the news reporting kind of world of Zwift, you'd figure you'd say, "Hey, check this out. That's kind of cool." But
we can leave it out there, and we can come back and touch on it. I think we touch on it next week.
Yeah,
we touch on it more.
Yeah, it is kind of sad that
I feel bad now. Yeah, you're right. Final thought. At least my final thought. Then you guys can have your final thought. Is I'm feeling bad. I felt bad today because I was talking to Mike Cernicki on his stream with Sarns 78. And I'm excited and I'm hyped to promote Canada Cycling or Cycling Canada's E-Nationals because Lee and I talk about it. He did it last year. Remember, I pre-rode the race in 2022 with you. And I was like, did I promote enough of the USA race? Did I promote enough? Did we do it a disservice by not talking about it as much? Or I didn't. I talked about it a ton on my stream. I talked about it a ton on here. And I think that's Dean and not Dean. Scott Cunningham, national champion now. And he said that he, got inspired by me talking about it. So
my thought is
that's my final thought. Your final thoughts, guys.
We are in the bubble and we know several people that competed. So like maybe we are skewed to that, but just as a general, hey, this is happening on Zwift, should have been much more screamed from the rooftops.
Yeah.
Like in my opinion, there should have been something on Zwift homepage. Click here for more information on nationals.
That would have been cool. Yeah. My team, I promoted a lot on my team. Obviously, being a former national champion, I talked about it a lot. Oh, it's not on RGT this year. It's on Zwift, blah, 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 blah. And I think we only had 4 total Penn Velo competitors. Myself, James Rainbow, who raced with me, Eugene Chan, and Yvonne, who won her age group.
Awesome. Yeah, congratulations to everyone that it competed.
Yeah, it feels like a bummer. It feels like I feel like it's gonna grow. Hopefully the numbers can grow up. As we talk about one more thing.
You got a champ sitting in our chat right now.
Oh, do we?
That is true.
We do.
Scott's here.
Oh, see, there you go.
Yeah.
All right, Lee. Final thoughts, and we got to get out of here.
Totally wasn't enough coverage. There never is enough coverage, and we can only do as much as we can do with our, audience. And I think we promoted as much as possible, but it would have been nice to have seen the big dogs post the crap out of it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's the number one race of the year.
Yeah.
It's the only Zwift race that counts.
For the United States.
Yeah. And then Canadian Nationals is the only Zwift races that counts for any Canadian.
And
like,
then
who cares about?
And then any other national championships that are going to happen.
Yeah. WTRL, TTT, great event.
I have topics for next week already. I'm already thinking about it. Play the music. We don't
Everyone have a good night.
All right. We'll see you guys.
Bye, everybody.